Morning. Good morning. Oh, hello. Hi. I'm just gonna close these curtains again. I think. I don't know. The chat box is open, so please let me know what you think, or just send me if you've got my number. Send me a message. Oh, Stacey, I've got your message. Thank you. Right, yeah, let me know if you're here, like whether you can see me or not, and whether you would prefer the curtains closed, because I'm still having a couple of issues with the lighting because the house is, let me just turn this light on. Because I don't live in a house that has a south-facing garden. I have a north-facing garden, which is not ideal for when the sun is trying to come round. We always get the sun at the front, so which isn't ideal because this is the front. Lisa, hi Lisa. Yeah, I can't see you, but hi, I just got your message. Let me see, what are you saying? Can see you, right? Okay, so it's better with the curtains closed then, I'm guessing. I think that's the general consensus. Okay, so good morning. If you're joining me for the first time today, you'll probably need, I appreciate not everybody is going to have a block, but you'll need, if you've got a textbook to hand, or a cushion, or something that you'll be able to balance on, because we're going to be doing a couple of balances today, and I find it nice with a block sometimes if I'm not feeling the most lengthened out or stretched out of a morning. I find it kind of easier to use a block just for more stability, more kind of like balancing when we're coming to do postures like this. So textbook, anything that's maybe kind of like brick shaped or a little bit bigger, cushion, rolled up towel, anything like that. So what time are we on? 1 minute. We're going to start seated anyway. So like we did on Wednesday, we are going to be doing a bit of a twisty flow today. So really working into our sort of digestive system, and also allowing us to just really recenter things in the body. This week's been a little bit of a weird week for me. It's just I think reality's hitting now that it's all kind of like not going to change very soon, but we're trying to get through it, and I'm still going to be giving you yoga classes. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you'll notice that there is a timetable change for next week. I'm working late, so I won't be able to do the 7:30 p.m. classes. Instead, I'm going to do them at 11 a.m. So if you are working from home, or if you are at home looking after the kids, or if you're on furlough or anything, then you've got daytime classes next week. But I will leave them up as well, so you can practice in the evening. But that's just something that's out of my control at the moment. Well, it's out of my control all the time with work. But there you go. That's what happens when you work for a newspaper. So yeah, okay. Right, we will start. So we'll start sitting down. So grab your block if if you need to, and just settle yourself on the block or on your cushion, and just let your sit bones come to the edge, and let your knees come out to the sides, cross-legged, so that your knees are coming lower than your hips. Always nice to try and get that little bit of space and opening in between the hips and the lower torso. And then you can either place your hands face down on the top of your knees for a little bit of grounding this morning if you feel like you need grounding, or you can turn your palms to face upwards, and bring your index finger and your thumb together in a mudra. And just invite a little bit more energy into your practice. I feel like I need some more energy today, or this week. I've been feeling a little bit lethargic, so I'll be sitting like this for the first few minutes. And then just begin to close down the eyes and relax your jaw. Feel your sitting bones on the mat or on your block. Feel your feet, your legs as they ground down into the floor and you begin to settle. Feel your hips facing forward, your spine straight as the energy from the earth sends and allows your body to elongate through the sides, through the middle of your torso, right up to your shoulders and your head. Roll those shoulders away from your ears. Let them settle down. Let the crown of your head reach tall. And just allow your mind to settle, to quiet. The premise of yoga in Patanjali's sutras, he says that yoga is the modifications of the mind stuff. And what he means by that is, for modern day translation, is that we have a lot of things going on in our mind all the time. Our thoughts, feelings, our everything, just it's chitter chatter all the time. The practice of yoga just allows us to try and calm those thoughts, to accept that they're there, to understand that they're there, and just to allow them to be. Try not to become too bogged down with the constant noise in your head. Take a deep breath in through your nose and release it through your mouth. And bring your lips together, just slightly to touch. And begin to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Try bringing your concentration, your focus, if you're struggling this morning, to resting between the eyebrows, that black space between the eyebrows, your third eye. And breathe. As you inhale, allow the belly to rise, filling up with new breath. And as you exhale, allow the belly to draw back towards the spine. Inhale through the nose, belly rises. Exhale, navel draws back towards the spine. Inhale, maybe for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Belly is filled up with air. And then exhale, allowing the belly to draw back towards the spine. 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 4. And exhale, releasing the breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep sending the breath into the abdomen. Abdominal breathing is a really lovely way to calm the body and calm the mind. We tend to breathe a lot from our chests without actually paying attention to our lower body. One more time, inhale through the nose, filling the belly up with air. As you exhale through the nose, releasing the breath. On your next inhale, I'm going to send the breath into the belly and then allow the breath to creep up, expanding through the rib cage, opening up the chest and up into the shoulders and the collarbones. And then release through the collarbones, shoulders, chest, rib cage, and eventually drawing that navel back towards the spine. Inhale, belly rises, rib cage expands, chest expands, breath creeps into the collarbones and the shoulders. Pause. Exhale, release the breath from the shoulders, collarbone, chest, ribs, and belly. Inhale, sending that breath throughout the whole of the upper body. And exhale, let it go. One more time. Inhale, sending the breath all the way up through the belly, chest, collarbones, maybe a small pause. And then exhale, release. And then when you finish that last exhale, just come back to your regular rhythm of breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Gently just dip your chin down to your chest. Flutter open your eyelids so that you become accustomed to the light in the room, and then just lift your gaze. Smile. And we'll start moving into the body. So bringing your both hands to the sides of your body. We're going to inhale, raise the hands high. And as we exhale, we're going to twist. So bring your left hand in front and your right hand behind, and just twist the body over to the side. Your gaze might be over your right shoulder, or if that's not comfortable on your neck, it can just face over to your right hand side. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, twist to the other side. Left hand comes behind, right hand comes in front. Gaze might be over the left shoulder. Inhale, raise the hands. Exhale, repeat. Right hand comes behind, left hand comes forward. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, place the left hand on the floor, place the right hand on the floor. Inhale, raise your left hand high. And we're going to just open out into the left-hand side of the body. Gaze might be up towards your left fingers. Roll that shoulder away from the ear so that it's not up and scrunching up towards your neck. Inhale, lift. Exhale, place the left hand down. As you inhale, raise your right hand. Exhale, right hand comes over the head. Gaze might be up towards your right fingers. Inhale. Exhale, release. Roll those shoulders away from the ears. We're just going to mobilize into some sitting cat-cows, placing your hands on your knees. Inhale, roll those shoulders back, shining your chest through. Gaze comes up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, round your back. Gaze comes towards your feet. Chin dips. Inhale, shine that chest forward. Really draw those shoulder blades together at the back. As you exhale, round the back, move the shoulders forward. Gaze comes down. One more time. Inhale, shine your heart through. Exhale, rounding down. Inhale, coming back to center. Remove the block or the cushion if you have one. Place it to the side or the top of your mat. You'll need it later. And then we're going to come onto all fours into our tabletop position and run through some cat-cows here. So, placing your hands and your wrists stacked underneath your shoulders, spreading those fingers as wide as you can, rooting down through the hands and really feeling the energy rebounding up through the arms. Tops of the feet are flat on the floor and your knees are stacked underneath your hips. Gaze is towards the top of your mat. Inhale, arch that back, roll the shoulders back, and the gaze comes up, lifting that tailbone towards the ceiling. Your navel, your belly button is drawing down towards the mat into your cow. Exhale, round your back. Gaze comes towards the knees, pushing the mat away into your cat. Inhale into your cow. Exhale into your cat. Now you can make any movements you want here. You can take it at your own pace. You can maybe move from side to side, working into the side body if you're a little bit stiff this morning like me. Exhale, keeping in time with the breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, back to center. Once you're at the center, we're going to move into our figure of four. So we're going to root down through your left hand and your left fingers, keeping the tops of your feet grounded. Inhale, raise that right arm high. And as you exhale, we're going to thread the needle. So thread your right arm through, bringing the side of your face and side of your head down to the ground, keeping that tailbone lifted and feeling the opening in the right side of the body. Inhale, arm comes all the way back. Exhale, plant your right hand down. Inhale, lift your left arm. Exhale, thread your left arm through, planting your shoulder and your arm and your face, well, the side of your face on the floor and feeling the opening down the left-hand side of your body. Inhale, raise that left hand all the way back up. Exhale, back down to the mat. So we're just going to work through a little bit of leg twists here. So keeping your hands flat on the floor, we're going to bring our left leg out to the side, out to the back of the room, and push to the back of the room with our left leg, just pushing that heel away, making sure that the hamstrings and the legs are getting a good stretch out. And then we're going to twist over to the left, planting your left foot down, and then raising that left arm high, coming into a modified plank. So your shoulders are stacked over each other, your gaze is up, and your left fingers. Breathe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your left hand down, bring your left leg back down, and then we'll repeat on the right. So send your right foot back and just really lengthen that heel towards the back of the room so that we're feeling a good lengthening in our right hamstrings. And then inhale, maybe pivot that right foot down, pressing into the mat with your left hand as you inhale to lift your right arm high. Take a breath and inhale and exhale. And then exhale, bring your right hand down and bring your left back down. Bring your knees to the sides of the mat. Bring your big toes to touch. And we're going to just drop our sitting bones back towards our heels. Bring our hands out long and come down into your child's pose. So shifting the weight in your sitting bones all the way down to your heels and bringing your chest and your head to rest on the floor. Take a couple of breaths in your child's pose. Your child's pose can be your resting posture. If at any point throughout the practice you want to come into your child's pose, then please feel free to do so. There's no judgment. I can't see what you're doing. Nobody else can. So if If you need a rest or you need to check in with yourself, then please do so. Now might be a nice time as well to set an intention for your class. Maybe a positive affirmation, maybe some energy, maybe just some words of encouragement to yourself. I've been using the mantra, this too, well, the Sankalpa, this too shall pass, because I'm hoping that it will. I'm hoping that we'll all be able to get back out and get back to normality sometime soon. So maybe if you want to use that, then that's okay. Take one more breath, release, and then slowly coming up onto your tabletop position. And once more, we'll move into our first downward facing dog of the class. So if this is your first downward facing dog in a while, just take your time. So tuck your toes. We're going to root down through the hands, spreading those fingers wide, really pushing down through the index finger and the thumb. As we inhale, lifting the knees slightly off the ground, exhale to lower, making sure those knees are hip distance apart. Inhale, lift the knees. Exhale, send the tailbone towards the ceiling, bringing your chest towards your thighs. Gaze comes towards your feet. Pedal those feet out if you can. If your hamstrings are tight, maybe you want to lift your heel and then drop your heel. Bringing your ears in between your biceps. If you have tight shoulders, widen your stance. Bring your hands to the edges of your mat. And lengthen out those legs, drawing the heels down towards the mat. But if you've got tight hamstrings, keep a bend in those knees. Sending the tailbone up high. Breathe here. As you inhale, I want you to walk your hands back towards your feet, coming into a short downward facing dog. So keep a bend in your knees. Try and draw the feet, the heels down to the floor, keeping that soft bend, keeping the tailbone lifted towards the floor. And we're going to twist. You're going to root down through your left hand. You're going to bring your right hand to the outside of your left ankle and gaze underneath your left armpit. Really feeling the twist in the right hand side of the body here, keeping a soft bend in the knees so that the tailbone can stay lifted. Keep breathing. Inhale, bring your right hand back to center. Exhale. Inhale, bring your left hand to the outside of your right leg and then twist to the right, looking under your right armpit. Keep a soft bend in those knees, tailbone towards the ceiling. Breathe. Draw those bottom ribs in. Inhale, back to center. And then just walk it back out to your downward facing dog, your regular down dog. Little pedal with the feet once more. And then come to a place of stillness in your down dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, step or walk to the front of your mat, landing in your forward fold, your Uttanasana. So your tailbone is lifted and lengthened towards the ceiling. Soft bend in the knees if your hamstrings are tight. Chest comes towards the thighs. Head hangs heavy. Grab hold of both elbows if this is comfortable. Ragdoll yourself out here. And then come to a place of stillness. Head is still hanging heavy. Place your right hand in front of your feet. And we're going to twist some more. Inhale, raise your left hand high. Gaze comes up towards your left fingers. Maybe a soft bend in your right knee as you lengthen out that left leg. Inhale. Exhale, lower your left hand. Swap sides. Soft bend in your left knee. Straighten out your right leg as you inhale to raise your right arm high. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Inhale to your halfway lift, flat back, crown of the head reaches forwards. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Hands come above the head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, so we're going to run through Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A. So come to your mountain pose, your Tadasana, the front of your mat. Big toes to touch, slither of air in between your heels. You're grounding down through all corners of your feet, engaging those legs, engaging those thighs, really lengthening through the sides of the body. Hips are shining forward. Roll those shoulders back and away from the ears, palms facing forwards, crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. Inhale, let it go. Inhale, raise your arms high. Palms might touch, gaze might follow. Exhale, fold and hinge at the hips. Coming down into your Uttanasana, your forward fold, straight spine. Soft bend in the knees if you need to. Hands come to the floor or your shins. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale to fold. Step back with your right and step back with your left into your high plank. Now, push the heels towards the back of the room. Make sure your shoulders are stacked over your wrists as you inhale. Exhale, lower your knees, untuck your toes, and bring your chest down to the floor, keeping your arms in at the rib cage. Gaze is towards the front of the mat. Pushing down through the tops of your feet and engaging the glutes as you inhale into your Bhujangasana, your low cobra. Bottom ribs stay on the floor. Exhale, lower. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, send your tailbone high, keeping a soft bend in those knees. If you have tight hamstrings, or bringing the heels towards the floor, downward facing dog. Gaze towards those feet. Inhale. Exhale, lifting your right leg. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your right knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen your right leg high. Exhale, bring your right knee to your left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. This time, as you exhale, bringing your right knee to your left elbow and then stepping that right foot to the side, pivoting on your left and coming up into your fallen star. Shoulders are stacked in line. Keep breathing, keep rooting down through that right hand. The right fingers, the right index finger and the thumb. Gaze might be up towards your left fingers. Inhale. Exhale, place the hand down. Release your right leg high. As you exhale, bring it back towards the floor. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and walk, step or jump up to the top of your mat, landing in your forward fold, your Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Hands come above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we'll do that on the other side. Tadasana, top of the mat. Big toes to touch, slither of air in between your heels. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, hinge and fold. Coming down into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Your chest comes towards your thighs. Head is heavy. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Step back right, step back left into your high plank. Keep your bum lifted. Try and avoid dropping the weight into your lower back. Push your heels towards the back of the room. Shoulders stacked over the wrists as you take an inhale. Exhale, lower down through knees, chest and chin, bringing your body down towards the floor. Elbows into the rib cage. Inhale to Bhujangasana, low cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, send your tailbone high into your down dog. Heels come down towards the mat. Keep a soft bend in your knees if you need to. It doesn't matter if your heels don't touch the floor. Breathe here. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, bring your left knee to your left nose, coming over your left nose, your nose, coming over your wrists. Inhale, send your leg high. As you exhale, bring your left knee to your right elbow. Inhale, send your left leg high. This time, as you exhale, bring your left knee to your right elbow. Straighten out that leg. Pivot on your right foot. And as you inhale, rise into your fallen star on this side. Gaze might be up at your right fingers. Breathe here. Keep grounding down through your left index finger and thumb. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hand. Send your leg back up. As you exhale, lower back into your downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Exhale. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and walk, step or jump to the top of your mat, landing in your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, straight spine all the way back up to standing, hands above your head. Exhale, Samasthiti. Okay, take a drink if you need to. Should be warmed up enough now. We'll move into our modified sun salutation B. So we're going to do a few twists. So take your time. If you've not practiced for a while, or if, again, it's Sunday morning, not all of us are feeling as limber as we could be. So just do what you can, listen to your body, and we'll go from there. So again, this time, instead of big toes to touch, maybe just part your feet slightly, okay? This might be able to give you a bit more grounding in your Uttanasana, our chair pose. So, toes pointing forwards, engaging those legs. As we inhale, we're going to sink the bum towards the floor, sink the tailbone down, bringing our arms in line with our biceps. Weight shifts into the heels, making sure we can see our toes in front of our knees. Imagine you're sitting on a chair. Keep shining your chest forward. Keep breathing at this point. This is your Uttanasana, your chair pose, your fierce pose. Arms can come to Namaste, or they can come out here if you have tight shoulders and you find it difficult to keep your arms lifted. But keep breathing here. Try and avoid the Beyonce bumps. You want your tailbone to be lengthened down towards the floor, so you've got one single line of energy rooting from your tailbone up towards your fingers. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step back with your right foot. Step back with your left foot. Inhale. Exhale, lower down through knees, chest and chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up double cobra. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale, lift your right leg high. As you exhale, bring that right foot forward and plant it in between your hands. Okay, we're going to stay here for a moment. Set yourselves up, make sure you can see your toes in front of your right knee. And then we're going to inhale into our high lunge. Breathe here. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. And then we're going to twist. Inhaling to lengthen and prepare. Exhale, bring your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh and twist over to your right hand side. Pressing those palms together, bringing the hands as close to the sternum as you can. Elbow pointing up, shoulders away from the ears, and really grounding down through those feet. Breathe. Inhale, coming all the way back to center. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor. Send your right leg back into your high plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower through knees, chest and chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana if that's in your practice. Gaze towards the front of the mat. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes. Send your tailbone high into your downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale, lift your left leg high. As you exhale, round your back, creating space to bring that foot forward into your lunge on this side. So make sure you can see your toes, your knees stacked over your ankle, really pushing that back heel towards the back of the room. As you inhale to rise into your high lunge on this side, keep bending the back knee if you need to. Hands can come to wherever is comfortable at this point. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to twist, bringing your right elbow over your left leg. Bringing your hands to close to your sternum, pushing down, pressing your palms together. Gaze might be up towards the ceiling if this is comfortable on your neck. Really rooting down through those feet, scissoring those thighs together as you feel the twist on this side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, plant the hands on the floor. Step back into your high plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower through knees, chest and chin or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into your up dog or cobra. Exhale, bend your knees. Tuck your toes, send your tailbone high into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift those heels. Exhale, bend your knees and walk, step or jump to the top of your mat, landing in your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing straight spine, hands come above your head. Exhale, Samastiti. Okay, take a drink. I'll move into our Surya Namaskar C. How's everyone feeling? Okay, you're all a little bit warmed up now. All right, good. So am I. I'm getting a bit of sweat on. Right, okay, let's go. So, big toes to touch, slither there in between your heels. Grounding down through your feet. Lengthening through your thighs, through the sides of your body. Take a moment in your Tadasana. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, straight spine, hinging, folding over those folding at those hips, coming over those thighs with your chest. As you come to your Uttanasana, your forward fold, head hangs heavy. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale to fold, step back with your right leg. Inhale into your high lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to twist. Inhale to come back to center. Exhale, place your hands down. Keeping your hands in your low lunge position. Right hand comes to the inside of your left foot. And we're going to twist on this side. So inhale, raise your left hand high. Knee is still drawing into that midline. Try not to let it come out to the side. As you inhale to prepare, exhale, twist. Gaze up towards your left fingers. Breathe here. Try and keep that shoulder away from the ear. Inhale. Exhale. Plant the hand, frame the foot. Send the left leg back to meet your right. Inhale in your high plank. Exhale, lower the knees, untuck the toes, bringing the chest down onto the floor. As you inhale to your Bhujangasana, pushing through the tops of your feet, engaging in your glutes. Exhale to fold and lower. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, send your tailbone high into your downward facing dog. Ears in line with your biceps. Gaze towards your feet. Inhale, lift that right leg high. As you exhale, bring your right leg forward and plant it between your hands. Doesn't matter if it takes a good few times to shuffle forward. Okay, make sure you can see your toes. We're going to come into our Ardha Chandrasana from here, our half moon. So now might be a good time to grab your block or your cushion or whatever you've got handy. You can do it without if you're used to doing half moon pose. You don't need it, but I'm going to use it to demonstrate just in case there's people that have never done this posture before. Okay, so looking down towards your feet, bring your block maybe a few inches in front of your foot. And then we're going to come up onto our tiptoes of our left foot and shifting the weight forward, coming up into what would normally be a warrior three. And then rotating the hips to the left-hand side. And if you feel comfortable to do so, raising that left hand, flexing your left foot so that the sole of the foot is pushing towards the back of the room. Your hips are stacked on top of one another. Your shoulders are stacked on top of one another. And you're shining your chest and your heart forwards. Your left foot is flexed. Don't worry if you wobble like me. And those left toes are pointing towards the camera, or they're facing the same way as your gaze. Maybe your gaze can come up towards your fingers of your left hand, grounding down through your right foot. Keep a soft bend in your right knee if you need to, if that's easier. And inhale, exhale. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, bring your hand back down, release your foot, bringing it back to meet your right, coming down into your Uttanasana, your forward fold, your head hangs heavy, your tailbone is lengthened towards the ceiling, soft bending your knees if you need to. Inhale, half lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, straight spine all the way up to standing, hands come above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Second side. Okay, bringing your big toes to touch, a slither of air in between your heels. I'm only moving so that I'm not going to be turning away from you, so you can just stay where you are at the top of the mat. Okay, grounding down through those feet, creating a sustainable and stable posture. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, fold, hinging at your hips, coming down into your Uttanasana. Soft bending the knees if you need to. Head hangs heavy. Hands can touch the floor. Inhale, half lift. Straight spine. Crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, fold. Step back with your left foot. And then come into your high lunge on this side. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, lengthen and prepare. Exhale, bring your left your left arm over your right knee and twist on this side. Doesn't matter if you wobble, come down to your knee if you need to, if that gives you more stability. Breathe. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop your hands to the floor, bringing your left palm flat on the floor at the inside of your right foot, keeping engaged through that back leg, through your left foot. As you inhale to rise, raise your right hand high, shoulder rolls away from the ear. You're twisting on this side, feeling a really nice lengthening in the body. Breathe. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the floor. Step back into your high plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower down through knees, chest and chin or Chaturanga Dandasana. Engaging the glutes, pushing down through the feet as you come into your Bhujangasana, your low cobra. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes, and send your tailbone high into your downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale, lift your left leg high. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose, rounding your back, and then bring your left foot forward, planting it in between your hands. Knees stacked over your ankle, and then really rooting down through the toes of the back foot. Bring your block or your cushion maybe about 8 inches in front of you, and we'll move into our Ardha Chandrasana on this side, our half moon. So shifting your weight forwards to prepare. As we inhale, exhale to raise that right leg off the floor, and then inhale and exhale, rotate the hips so that the hips stack on top of each other, flex your right foot. And then maybe, if you have your balance, you can raise your right arm high, keeping the stability and the grounding in your left foot. Doesn't matter if you wobble. This might be enough. Keep a slight bend in your left knee if it's easier to, but really grounding down through those left toes, keeping the right toes flexed. Shoulders are stacked on top of one another. Hips are stacked on top of one another. Gaze might come up to your right fingers. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hands down. Bring your right foot to meet your left. Coming down into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Tailbone is lengthened towards the ceiling. Head hangs heavy. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way back up to standing. Hands come above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Well done, guys. Okay. So we're now going to move into a bit of a warrior flow. And we'll see if we have time to go into our revolved half moon, which is exciting because it's a nice posture for a twist. Okay. So, coming to the top of your mat, big toes to touch so they're there in between your heels. Ground down through those feet, engaging through the glutes. Elongate the sides of the body, allowing the space, allowing your body to open. Should be feeling nice and warm now. Inhale, raise those hands high. Exhale, fold, hinge at your hips, coming down into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Head hangs heavy. Inhale, half lift, flat back. As you exhale, step back with your left foot, but then pivot your left foot so that the outside of your foot is parallel with the top of your mat. Bending in this front knee, making sure your knee's stacking over your ankle as you inhale to rise into your warrior two, your Virabhadrasana two. So, right toes pointing forward, right knee stacked over your right ankle, right heel is in line with the arch of your left foot. Your torso is straight, your arms are shoulder height, really engage and ground down through your left little toe, and your gaze is over your right middle finger. This is your focus point, your drishti. Remember at the beginning when we talked about the center, the third eye center, and concentrating on that place when you were breathing and your eyes are closed? Well, your right middle finger here becomes your drishti, your focus point. If you want to go a little deeper, widen your stance slightly and come down into a deeper lunge. Virabhadrasana 2, relax those shoulders. Inhale, straighten out the front leg, raise your hands high. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Left arm comes down onto your left thigh as you raise your right hand high towards the ceiling, keeping a bend in that front knee. Gaze up to your right fingers. Inhale. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, hands come to heart center, straighten out your front leg, and then heel toe your back foot in slightly, setting up for our Trikonasana. Inhale, raise our hands high. Exhale, reach forward, pushing your left hip towards the back of the room. Inhale, reach a little further. Exhale, bring your right hand down to your shin or the floor or your ankle, wherever it goes. Left arm comes up towards the ceiling and your gaze might follow. Now really draw the left hip back and bring the right hip forwards. So you're creating a really long, lovely line of energy through your body. Breathe. Inhale, come all the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands come to your hips. Now we're just going to bring this back foot slightly forward, setting up for our revolved half moon on this side. So maybe grab your block again. Maybe you want to place it just in front of your foot there, okay? You can have it whatever height you like, or you can try it without, okay? Up to you. Depends how brave you're feeling this morning. Okay, so shifting that left foot slightly forward so that the toes are now pointing in the same direction. Okay. We're going to inhale to lengthen through the sides of the body. As we exhale, hinging at the hips, Coming down, placing your left hand on the block, so your right hand is hovering, trying to keep the integrity in that straight spine, trying to keep the right leg straight. We're going to shift the weight forwards, lifting your left heel, and then we're going to lift, and then we're going to twist to the right. So your left hand's on the floor or a block, your right hand comes up, and you twist to the right, keeping strong through that right foot, flexing your left foot as you rise it high. Revolved half moon. Exhale, lower your hands back down to the floor, release your block, bring your left leg in to meet your right. Uttanasana, forward fold, send your tailbone high. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, standing straight spine, hands come above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Brilliant. Well done, guys. We'll do that on the other side. Okay. So, setting up for our warrior. Big toes to touch, slither of air in between the heels. Tailbone is lengthening towards the floor. Roll those shoulders back. Palms facing forwards. Take a deep breath. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, hinge, fold at your hips, coming down into your Uttanasana, your forward fold, head hangs heavy. Soft bend in the knees if you need to allow that chest to come towards the thighs. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale, fold, and then send your right foot back. So the outside of your right foot is parallel with the back of your mat. Bend in your front knee, your left knee. Make sure you can see your toes as you inhale over into your warrior two on this side, your Virabhadrasana two. So really grounding down through your right little toe, making sure that this knee is stacking over your ankle, really making your torso straight and in the center rather than coming over to the side like this. As you raise your hands, imagine that somebody's pulling your right hand back just to straighten your torso up. Shoulders are relaxed. Gaze is at your left middle finger. Warrior two. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, raises your hands high, straightens out that front leg. Exhale, Virabhadrasana two, warrior two. Inhale, raise your left arm, right hand comes down your right thigh as you gaze up towards your left fingers, reversing your warrior, keeping the bend in that front knee and keeping pushing down through your right little toe. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, hands to hips. Straighten out your front leg. And then just heel toe your back foot in slightly, setting up for Trikonasana. Where did I look like I've got a light shining out of my bum, which is not good. Okay, so inhale, raise your hands and your arms to shoulder height, straightening out both of these legs, pushing down through, grounding down through both feet. Inhale, reach forward, sending your right hip back to the back of the room. When you can't reach any further, bring your left arm down to the floor or your shin or your thigh, raising your right hand high, gaze is coming up towards your right fingers. Really peel that shoulder back. Trikonasana, triangle. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale all the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands to hips. And then we're just going to step that right foot forward. So your right toes may be pointing towards the right corner of your mat. Your left toes are facing forwards. And you want to bring your block out in front of you, just like before. And we set up for our revolved half moon on this side. So, hips facing forwards. So we inhale to lengthen, rise and raise our hands. Exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips, keeping those legs straight, coming forwards. Hand comes to either the ground or a block or your cushion, wherever is most comfortable for you. Slight gentle bend in this left knee if that's comfortable. As you shift your weight forward onto your left foot, raising that right foot high, flexing your right ankle and your right toes. And then we're going to rotate to the left. So strong in that left foot, rotating over to the left as your left arm comes high and your body comes towards the back of the room. Don't worry if you wobble. Flexing that right foot. Try and get those shoulders stacking. Revolved half moon. And inhale one more time. You can lift that leg as high as it can go. Exhale, lower down, release your block. Bring your right foot to meet your left. Coming into your Uttanasana, head hangs heavy. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lovely. All right, guys. So we're going to come down to the floor now, making our way down to our final postures. Give yourself a little break, a little rest, a little drink. It's Sunday morning after all. And I've just realised that I didn't even need to move to the other side of the mat then because I was facing away from you both times. But, you know, trial and error. We'll get it right one day. Okay. So, coming to Tadasana at the top of your mat. Roll those shoulders away from your ears. Smile. It's the last bits. We're almost finished. And then you can go and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, fold. Hinge at your hips, straight spine. Coming down into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. This time when your hands come to the floor, I want you to keep bending those knees. Bringing your sitting bones down towards your heels. And then, if you can, bring your hands out to the front and trying with some grace to come down onto your bottom, which might not always be graceful. It isn't for me anyway. And we're just going to come to sitting Dandasana, or staff pose. So flexing your feet, keeping your spine, your back straight, maybe shifting the fleshy bits of your bum so your sit bone can ground into the mat. Just take a few seconds here. And then we're going to slowly lower down for a gentle back bend before we move into some reclined twists. So, bringing your arms out in front of you. Take an inhale to lengthen and to prepare. As you exhale, we're just going to use our core to lower ourselves down onto the mat. Vertebrae by vertebrae, if you can, coming down. And we're just going to set up for a bridge pose, just to ease out that lower back. We've done a lot of forward folds and we've done a lot of twists, but we've not really done much for back bends into our back. So this is one last posture that might be really nice this morning. Okay, so bending your knees and bringing your feet closer to your bum, placing your palms flat on the floor, if you like. And then we're just going to really engage through and ground down through the feet. Take an inhale to prepare. As you exhale, lift your bum and push your hips up towards the ceiling, coming onto your shoulders. Keep it grounding into your feet. And your chin is just coming down towards your chest slightly, just to keep that length in the neck. Really shine those hips towards the ceiling. If you feel like you want to bring your shoulders underneath, your shoulder blades underneath your body slightly so you can get a higher lift, that's fine. If you want to bring your hands underneath your back for a supported bridge, that's okay as well. Or if you want to clasp your hands and then bring them down to the mat, that's okay as well. Keep breathing here, really grounding through those feet, using your thighs to lift your hips high. If your shoulders are underneath your body and your hands are clasped, slowly release. And then vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly lower your back down onto the floor. And just bring your feet out wide and allow your knees to come together. And then sending your legs out long, bringing your right knee into your chest. And then using your left arm, you're going to guide your right leg over to the left-hand side. So right arm comes out long, left leg comes over to the side. Gaze might be over to your right fingers. Doesn't matter if your knee or your foot touches the floor in this twist. What we want to concentrate on is keeping your right shoulder pressed down into the mat, gazing over at your right fingers, and just really feeling the twist down the right-hand side of the body here and the lower back. Keep breathing. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Gaze comes back to center. Release your right leg down. And we'll repeat on the left-hand side, bringing your left knee in towards your chest. Right hand comes on your left knee. Left arm comes out to the side. And then gently guide your right knee over to the right-hand side. Gaze might be down at your left fingers if this is comfortable on your neck. Or you can keep your gaze centered wherever is comfortable for you. Keeping this left shoulder grounded into the mat as you really feel the benefit on the lower back this side. Inhaling, coming all the way back to center, and release that left leg. And then we'll just bring both knees in towards our chest, giving ourselves a big hug. If you want to go into happy baby from here, then please feel free. I always like a happy baby. It's just a nice fun posture to end with. So bringing the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, bringing your knees in towards your armpits, and then grabbing the insides or the outsides of your feet, trying to keep the whole length of your back on the floor, maybe rock from side to side. It's a really nice, gentle, happy baby to end with. And then in your own time, bring your legs out long, letting your ankles and your feet go to the outer corners of your mat, allowing your shoulders to move down away from your ears, letting your arms come to the sides wherever they fall, palms facing upwards into your Shavasana, your corpse pose, allowing your heels, your calves, your hamstrings, the backs of your knees, your bottom, your lower back, your upper back, your shoulders and your head, just to melt into the mat. Closing your eyes. Take a deep inhale through the nose and then release it through your mouth. One more time, inhaling through your nose and releasing that breath through your mouth. Coming back to your intention, if you set one at the beginning of your class. Relaxing your jaw. Bringing that focus back to the space in between your eyebrows, your third eye center. Shavasana. You can stay in your Shavasana for as long as you want. If you want to end your practice here, you can come with me. Bringing some gentle movements into your fingers and your toes. And just rotating your wrists and your ankles. Keeping your eyes closed. If you want to give yourself a full body stretch this morning to end the practice, arms come above the head, point those toes. And then gently bringing your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself one last big hug. And then gently just rolling over onto your right hand side into the fetus position. This position signifies rebirth. And I've been saying this most of the week, but everything that has been is past. We must concentrate on the present. And don't worry too much about the future. Using your left hand to guide you up to a seated position, keeping your gaze soft. Your eyes can be closed if you like at this time. And once you're seated on your mat, bringing your hands to prayer, to Namaste, in front of your heart center. Maybe pressing those thumbs into your sternum to feel the beat of your heart. Thank you for practicing with me this morning. Thank you for taking some time out of your Sunday to flow away any unnecessary negative thoughts or strains or stresses or aches and pains. I hope it's benefited you. Take a deep breath in through the nose and release through the mouth. One more time, breathing in all that goodness and releasing anything that no longer serves you today. Bringing your thumbs to rest in between your eyebrows for your third eye center. Namaste. Thank you once again for choosing to practice with me this morning. I'm going to leave the class up online. I've left the majority of the flows up online just because I switched. Again, my hair is such a mess all the time. I switched the flow around. So on Wednesday we started with this new flow, this twisty flow. So there is still a hip flow for you on there if you want to use it. So feel free, and thank you for joining. And somebody's just sent me a message. Love the session, Paul, albeit not that good at bending. Oh, thank you so much for the message. I really appreciate that. Thanks very much, and to you too. Stay positive and keep twisting and keep bending and keep doing yoga. Hopefully it'll help. So yeah, follow me on my Instagram page or my Facebook page. I'm trying not to post as much as I normally would. I've said to a couple of people I'm going to try and use this time in lockdown just to sort of give myself a little bit more self-care and self-love. It's not something I'm very good at. I'm always 100 miles an hour, so this might be quite good for me. So yeah, take your time, take care, have a nice Sunday, and yeah, I'll be here tomorrow 11 a.m. Instead of 7:30 tomorrow night, it'll be 11 a.m. So if you want to join me then feel free. And thank you very much. Bye.